We've answered it several times, so we're gonna get the final answer round up. You can do it in a question if you want. The computer maintenance, it was requested, can you make it all to zero?
No.
And I know you've already said you cannot, so you can explain it one more time.
We already have been using income for January, February, and March, so we still have to pay those bills. And then in the place
And what are those bills?
for computer maintenance, I mean.
Yeah, I mean, what's the total?
Oh, I don't know the exact total,
Well,
because we're not close.
We don't have them all
I
up.
don't have them all either, because like recreation had a virus at the beginning of the month, so I have no idea how much they're gonna charge
Okay,
for
but
March.
is it, you know, $10,000?
I was looking at 10,000 a month at least.
Okay, so you're saying $30,000.
Then the police and fire have line items for computer maintenance, because they have different software and maintenance issues and
And the GPS system, which
Yes.
is tracking through their,
that can't.
And our
be omitted.
IT person is not familiar with that.
It doesn't matter if he's familiar with it.
it's not a matter of what he's familiar with, it's a matter of
Paying for the GPS system.
what the TAC, we're engaged with a company by the name of TAC
Mhm.
that services and can only service the piece of, or all that equipment, which is the GPS, the dispatch,
Mhm.
aided dispatch with where the cars are and all that. So we can't change that. It's about 23,000, I think.
23,566.
So it includes a little bit of income plus the 20,000 and for 21,000 for tax.
So you do not have exorbitant computer maintenance fees in here, but what you have in here would be to cover anything that we've already encumbered.
Right. And once I know, once March is over and we're done with income, then I would have a better idea of what those numbers can be.
So it may go down a little bit,
It
we
could.
can't say. Okay. Moving along to capital. At our last meeting, we walked out with 0 capital approved. In fact, John was able to present his case at the capital meeting, but we never really discussed, and we basically had said the fire department, we already encumbered that money. We have no
Car
choice.
two, correct?
We approved the
25,000.
25,000 for the police
car.
cruiser, yeah.
Right, but we didn't do, we did one, we didn't do.
So
two.
everything up to the service was already,
Right,
19.
right.
we can afford. So everything up on
Everything
now.
that's in here, we can afford.
Everything now.
Well, the only thing we did basically was that car. Because,
Everything else was pretty much.
because for the fire department, the medic unit was already approved last year, so we have no choice but to pay for that this year. So we're down to.
Are we paying via lease or are we
I'm
paying?
not sure yet, because it
So
depends.
that makes a big difference though.
If you end up going out for notes, we could maybe put that as part of that. We could do a lease.
Well, whatever. I
But it
mean,
was not chosen to be that way.
Spread that out.
We did.
That was the plan.
That was the plan when we approved it.
Last year it was put in, the last time you purchased one in 2010, it was put, or, yeah, 2010, it was put into a note, or a bond issue.
It was put
So
into
we're
a
paying
note
it.
first.
For
30
okay,
years.
let's see what it says.
Okay, so,
That's why I didn't see it.
So,
It's
in-
cruiser trucks.
so John was to come with us with your number one, because we don't think we have.
We originally approved it going into a note for
Right.
5 years.
Right, I remember it was short.
And then they rolled it into that bond for 30 and I have no idea why.
We have, John, not to put you on the spot, but I
Yes.
think the only thing we had talked about potentially was that infamous skid steer with its attachments,
Attachments.
or whatever you call it.
Yeah,
Which we could get for 0%.
And the reason for that was for the roads,
yes.
to be able to do road
There were
work.
two steers.
I was asking for 2.
And there were two
One for the
options on the
trails.
table.
Right.
One was we could pay for it outright, which was,
How much?
76,000, I think, wasn't it?
It was $46,011.
That was for the, but then.
That's for the skid steer, yeah.
Then the add-ons were.
With the add-ons was just under 21,000.
Right.
so it
I
was
got a phone
75.
call just before the meeting started from the rep with John Deere, because this is the only one we reached out to right now before we go out for other bids. They believe they can finance the attachments, but he could not guarantee me a percentage rate. They're guesstimating 5 to 6. He was contacting his finance department, they'll try to get something together for us in writing, but they won't do a 0% on the attachments.
How much were the attachments? 21?
21,000, just under 21,000, 20,787.57.
So the
So
thought
we
was it
could
was,
pay for the attachments and still finance?
it was like 75, right?
Okay.
How much was those?
But now you had come back with that the
46.
skid steer itself could be
Financed for
Financed
four-
at
48 months of
0%.
0%.
which is unreal.
And isn't there a second skid?
Yes, yeah, there's a track skid steer also that we're asking for the parks, the working and the walking trails.
That's gonna be financed?
That can be financed at 0% as well for
And how
40
much
months.
is that one?
That one would be $1,098.19.
Now, how much was the total for that?
The total amount,
Yeah.
$52,713
Yeah, that would
for the
be-
track.
So-
That one didn't need any
Right.
attachments.
And it's
No,
financed.
no attachments for me.
It's financed over what period, John?
48 months,
Okay.
0%,
4 years.
I'm sorry, 52.
So,
One's gonna be
52,713.
used
So it's
specific-
more expensive than the other one?
Specifically
It's
the
track
track
skid
one,
steer,
for
it's
the
not track
parks.
So our
The other one's gonna
choice,
be on the road.
right, our choice on the table, one, do we give them any? If we do which one do we give them? And I know you're gonna ask for both, but which one, you know, if it's Santa Claus coming to your door, which one do you absolutely
The
need?
road one.
The road one,
It's gonna
right?
be the road. I don't like being put in that
say 'cause we're
predicament
making tough
because we
choices.
haven't been getting that much as it is.
Now,
How
if we
often do
go-
you, hold on, how often do you see the 0%? Like, is that something that you see regularly, that when you go out,
This is my first time. I
So,
mean, the last
I mean,
finance we did
anyone
for the
know
trucks
that
was, no, that was just like,
is
that
this
was
like a
3%.
good deal that we're getting 0%?
it-
Or next year, it's still
I
be
think-
Okay, but wait a
0%?
minute,
They offer it all the time.
that's the other part of the discussion. Do we go for two? If we go for two, do we pay by amount rate, or do we do the lease, not the lease, but the purchase at
Well,
0%?
absolutely.
Right.
Mhm.
The present value of money tells you that, right?
So we buy them for over 4 years.
Yeah.
24,000 a year.
Let me
And that's
mention, can I mention this too, last year, the first time, when we went in for the trucks and the loader, we were given a top dollar amount of $525,000. We went out for multiple bids, we came in and saved just over $91,000.
Right.
So if we did
With
both,
that, I mean,
if we
is that
did,
available in some way, shape, or form for us to,
but if we did the skid steer and the truck, right, isn't it?
and this could be lower too, not to cut you off also by looking at.
So my thought process then, Rhonda, and she's over here fastly doing her addition, if we did it where we paid, we'd have to pay the 21. We know we don't have a choice. And getting the skid steer without the attachments is basically worthless, correct? Okay.
Mhm.
So we'd have to pay 21 in cash, 22 in cash, and then how much per month if we bought both?
How much per annually?
11,005.
For both.
11,005.
Annually.
For
24,
both.
678.
11.5 is only the skid, right?
24,678 a year.
Yeah,
Okay.
For both.
Which is for zero interest.
for both it's 0%.
How much?
24,700.
So we need, if
24/7
we're gonna do
for
both, then we need 21 plus 25
Right,
approximately. So
You need a total of 45,700. 45,700.
what do you have in here now?
Because how long do you think it'd be before you even see this? If we said, we're gonna do this and we bless them, how long does it take you to get it?
Here.
Relatively quick, because they're changing out the models now, because the government has issued now with the emissions that they're requiring units to go to DEF. The
Oh,
piece of
really?
equipment that, yeah, our trucks do, our loader has that system. The loader that we need for the road repavings meets the criteria. They stopped all production of their current models right now, and they're building them, switching them over to DEF. That cost will go up. While they have them now, without, is when we should be jumping on this to get these things. Because the cost will go up once they stop production of what they have now, which they already did.
Are these
So-
prices off of contract?
Yes, state, yeah, state.
So if we
Yes.
put the 46 into the capital, what's our total capital gonna be this year?
Yeah, the other thing, the other reason I asked the question about timing is, you know, we say 46 based on, is that a year?
Yes,
Yes.
So we know.
No.
that's for this year.
It's for this year. Next year would be 24,700 for the two payments. You have two payments. The
Mhm.
two skid steer payments for the next 3 years after
But
that.
is the 46 for both things for
Yes.
a year or for 8
It's-
months or?
It's for the whole year.
For the rest of
Okay,
this
so
year.
it's not gonna be as much because we
Right,
won't get it till,
right, yeah.
do we begin the payment the month
I
after
would
we
think-
get it, or is
I would think it's
there,
probably-
we need to find
It's
that
probably
out?
arrears,
I mean,
but
we'll
I'll
put
find
it
out
in
from
for
them,
the
yeah.
whole year, but I think there's, you know, how when you go out and buy something,
Mhm.
your first payment is for like
Right,
so many days, or
Right.
60 days.
yeah.
45 cents.
Yeah, 'cause
I like the
it's gonna be
0%.
Mhm.
Can I buy my
So
car
you're taking
for
a whole thing out of
0%?
Are we
Alright.
are we paying monthly on these, or are we just paying annually? If we give
Usually pay monthly.
This one, yeah, this,
It's-
what they sent us was
they're
monthly
gonna
for the
give out
units,
monthly?
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he had said that it was a monthly at 0%. So, Rhonda,
Yes, ma'am.
the number would be, for the skid steer attachments is 22, if I round up,
Well, we said 21.
21 if I round up. And the cost drum roll for buying both At 0%,
45,700, that's assuming we pay for a year,
for the whole year.
or for 1 year.
For 1 year.
Two pieces
And
of
then next year,
equipment.
it would be 24,700.
Right, because we're buying the
Because the
additional.
attachments, yeah.
The change.
Right.
Okay, questions on the skid steer slash truck?
What's that?
What's the total?
So if I-
Total capital
Or a
insurance.
total line item, because it's, I'll take it out of Whitney's whole patch. We won't be needing
How
that.
much we have that line?
I don't know if you could repeat the
No,
question.
I can't remember, I can't remember the final numbers, I think I've been operating on
Having
the
you said
temporary.
that we everybody hears the same number.
Okay, so the capital expenditures
Well,
would
depending,
increase
you know, if you start
864,
strip patch.
Yes, I'll start with that.
435, 430,
That's
That's
why
this number down here.
That's why
Yes.
yes.
I got a hole.
he's coming up.
And
Yeah,
we
yeah,
probably
let's
have
take
to
a look at it.
increase
What's
the
your call?
transfer from the general fund to
Good, coach about
401 to help cover.
And what is that transfer, what is that transfer gonna be, and what is that gonna do to the general fund?
That would
try
be
it.
45
If
to
I took the whole thing out of the general fund, we would then change the general fund carryover would be reduced up to 541, 370.
Do we need to take that out of the account?
Well, you only have right now, without the skid steers, we have 26,057 as the carryover.
No, I'm not talking about general fund, I'm talking about
Capital.
the capital carryover. I'm just thinking, there's
Without
a
the-
lot of 201 special funds, can we spend any of those? on-
No, because if you spend it out of 201, you're just gonna, you have to increase the transfer from the general fund to that fund.
Gotta get some money.
Well, we are getting a whole bunch of different types.
So the carryover then goes down to how much?
541, 370.
Because it goes down by 45.
45.
And we're still in a balanced budget.
We are on a balance budget.
We don't have.
Well, we can't do anything else.
It's regular.
I understand, but I'm just trying to ask these questions.
You
Right.
have to
And so,
put the big stuff.
Get it on the table.
Yeah, $1 million.
all right, so what are we talking about in capital? I know we're not doing the big stuff, but what are we proposing in capital right now?
I think the only thing you had in capital, correct me if I'm wrong, was those things that are encumbered.
I'm asking.
We didn't, well, we answered that at the capital, we only put in what was encumbered, we didn't put anything new.
271 is 10,000, I added 10,000, and that's for engineering fees for
Okay.
finishing up whatever he has to do.
All right, 135.
135,000 is that invoice for
Got it.
the specialized. The dog warden, for whatever reason, has always been paid out of that, and I left it because it's such a small amount, but
It shouldn't be paid out of capital.
it's been always paid out of capital.
That is
You
true.
can see the last couple of years, so I
It is
kind
true.
of just estimated based on
Yeah.
We left it where it was.
where it was.
It won't make any difference.
We still gotta spend it no matter which side
EPA
we take it
compliance.
from. Okay, keep going.
We could
The
change.
EPA compliance, that's per the engineer. The
Which we have
land-
no choice.
Right, the land acquisition is the right-of-way, which we are getting reimbursed from ODOT, so that's included in revenue, but I haven't added as an expense.
All right, so
Okay, so-
that's the right of way, Stuff and Puff, is that the
Speedway,
Okay.
Speedway and what's the other, I always,
Stuff and Puff and stuff?
Do you want to just
and then
expand on that, Rhonda, because I want to hear that.
the 22,025 was for Speedway,
Yes.
right-of-way, and then
Yeah.
there's another 100 and some thousand for Cipriano.
Right.
Is that Puffin?
And
Where
that, and that, yes, that's what he's talking
And we're
about.
getting reimbursed from ODOT, so it's
Okay.
included in revenue,
All right,
and I have to show it as an expense. so.
right, I understand that. But
Okay, keep going.
25,000.
but it's not from our general fund. it's from
Keep
that.
going.
It's from 401. Road repairs, the crack seal that was done last year, and we have the invoice for now. And then the loader was paid for last year,
Right.
146,000, and then the fire medic. The fire medic could potentially go down too, but we finance that, you know,
Well,
I've
that's,
got until August to figure out how to.
we do not need to then, if we were planning this, it would seem logical that we would go to 60, to finance it because the interest rates are so low, there'd be no reason.
So leave it here like you have.
Right, so that
And then
number
I
could
don't-
potentially
Yeah.
be 20,000.
Divide that either by 4 or 5
Right.
years, right?
We leave it there, but we don't touch it
Yeah.
until we know we've got.
Six years.